Okay. I should be going to sleep, but I'm not as tired. I'm tired, but I'm not as tired. But I was just thinking about something. Even though I'm watching verses right now, my mind dances all over the place when it comes to my thoughts. I'm thinking about one thing, then I go, two levels higher. I'm thinking about something else, and I go back low. Um, but I was thinking, as my past experiences, right, and meeting new people and the circumstances that I have, um, that I'm currently facing, it's really hard, to interact and meet people, or to establish that friendship. I would say it's not easy, and it's not going to be like traditional ways of getting to know the person. Maybe that's just me going overthinking it, I would say, maybe. But it just can't be like, hey, how you doing? Hey, how you doing? And which stuff is, we find in common, and that's it. Like a bond is made. It's not like that for me. And yes, due to events that have happened in my life, I don't have the privilege of having it that way, of having that trust factor so quickly. I think we all do that as we get older. The things that we face and things that mold us, how many times we get burned, it kind of makes it uh, that much, the bridge is that much longer, to form these connections with people. But I tend to gravitate to a different kind of personality type, or someone that exhibits certain attributes that I can connect with. Um, I hate people that have it all together. I hate people. I won't say I hate them, but I dislike talking to them. People that make it seem like, oh, like everything's fine. You're not fine. It's just like, no, who is actually fine? People that act like everything is like copacetic all the time, or they got their shit together all the time. And I'm not saying for the people that have their shit together, we all face problems. Every single last one of us. And if you act as though like the fake it till you make it, like even though you're going through something or have gone through something, but you're just gonna act like you've never been through anything, you're not the type of person that I want to be around like that, because it's very hard for you to be vulnerable. And I have to pretty much take off layers off of you to get to know the real you. And I'm the type of person that if I trust you, not the fact I'm going to tell you like, when I was 2 years old this happened. I'm not going to do all that, but it's I can be me, without it being maybe I should hold back, because information is a dangerous thing. And when you start really being vulnerable with someone and they don't know how to be vulnerable, it can be a dangerous combination. When someone knows how to be vulnerable, they also know, um, I would say they're more prone to knowing honesty, and not using information to manipulate the person. Now, I can't say that this is like sound doctrine, because narcissists do this all the time. Psychopaths do this all the time. Um, if someone really wanted to manipulate you, all they had to do was figure out what makes you tick, What is the soft spots for you, and then mimic that. They're chameleons themselves. I know about being a chameleon, and especially when it comes in the business sense, adaptability and knowing who your target audience is, and really being adaptable. But it all depends on your intention, and not everybody has good intention. So it's like a catch-22. It's just like you're vulnerable, but then I'll also have to look at it like, why are you so vulnerable? What is your motive? And if you're not vulnerable, I'd be like, well, it's going to be hell and high water to be vulnerable with you. So it's like, where does the trust factor really come into play? And I'm really looking at it, I was like, this is a dysfunction I have. This is one of my dysfunctions. How are you going to be able to trust somebody? And it's like one of those type of things of, can you blame me or can you blame me? Like, on one hand, it's just like, I can get why you are like that. In another sense, it's just like, you're going to have to grow up. You're going to have to grow up at one point, and you're going to have to trust people. When is going to be your day? I don't know. I don't know the combination, secret formula of knowing someone's true intentions right off the bat. They usually show their hands without them knowing. The more you train into reading people, the easier it gets, the faster you can get to really seeing what the person is really here for. But it's not something that is just like, oh, I'm efficient with it, I'm a computer. No, I mess up all the time, and some people I've written off that really cared about me, and some people I trusted that really was like, I'm about to scavenge the whole land. You have no idea. So I don't, I'm treading this ambiguous water. It's just full of ambiguity, and it's scary. Trepidation, filled with trepidation. But it does take, I think that's just a trust thing of, if you do right by people, not to say that you just can't go gun-ho, like, trails blazing on people. But if you allow yourself to just be like, all right, I'm going to give this a shot, and I'm going to be vulnerable with you. Not the fact that you have to have a kumbaya session with them, but you're going to be open to having that person within your intimate circle at that point. They don't have to literally take over your psyche, because you know how that can go. You can fall in love with someone, and that person lives in your head rent free all day. And it's not the fact that you love them. You just love the idea of them. You love the potential. You love the fantasy that you put in your head about them. Women do this a lot. Men do this a lot too. Like, don't get it twisted. We're all human. Like, one is not weaker than the other. Men do this shit too. But we put these expectation levels on people as soon as we meet them, and we try to look for connections. So we try to look for the qualities that people possess that create a spark within us. And then if we have like one or two sparks, it's like all of a sudden, like every single category in your head that's fitting towards you of that archetype of a person, you got to be that person, because you fit to these criteria. That doesn't necessarily mean it's true. The person probably just has those two attributes. That's it. It takes time to know somebody. It takes that you have to trust the process, and you have to trust yourself to know that you came with a good heart. You came with good intentions. And whatever they do is on them. That's their decision and it's out of your hands. And once you're able to take that expectation level off that person and off yourself, it just kind of makes it easier. I probably am thinking. It makes the process a lot easier. So random people I've met and things I've like there it's I feel that I am way more open with some people than I am with others. And I go by off to think, their speech, their tone, whatever, the word choice they chose to use. Some people think they're so smart, and they're not, and you see right through it. And then some people are really fucking smart, and they act like they're not. Um, and some people they're very, they'll tell you their whole life story, and most people shy away from that. Most people are like, oh my god, it's a little bit creepy. And for me, I go full running towards that. It's just like that's so refreshing to actually hear you, the person that when you wake up, that person before you are aware of you, before you are aware to put on the act, put on the mask, the face, that first split second that you are just pure you. That's the person I want to know. Because that's the person I want to show. It's kind of weird that way, but that's the person I want to show. I don't like having to put on a front, be someone that I'm not. It's unfamiliar to me. I think I'm the type of person that have worn my heart, my personality on my sleeve so much to the point where I didn't know how to be myself anymore. So it was just like, who do you put on your sleeve at this point? And I literally just don't say anything. It's weird. Society, how society is, you have people that they really get like a joy from downplaying you, or putting up some kind of imperialistic type of attitude towards something that they're unfamiliar with. I'll give you an example. Two people are talking, and one person is, they're just showing them, I don't know, how to paint a door. And they show them like a new technique on how to paint like the doorknob, or how not to get paint on the doorknob. And the person goes, oh my God, yes, I learned that. That's my shit. And that person then looks at them like, oh my God, why would you say that? That sounds so cringy, or they take it like, that's so lame. Why would you say that? And it's just a figure of speech, whether it was like the newest term or whether they said it was, a month ago, what that was the newest term or not. The person understood what the person was trying to say. But because it wasn't a speech that they're familiar with, they kind of just took it like, yeah, you're weird. Something's wrong with you. And that rejection right there, because I think that's exactly what it comes down to with society. No one likes to be rejected. And that's when stockism has to come into play. The art of stockism, I'm learning this shit, and it's not easy to master. I think every single, so many tests that God does give me, I fail it every time. And I don't even know when the test begins. That's how crazy it is. I don't even know when the test begins. And it would be like, once I failed, I would know. I could feel it. Like, yeah, I got to work a little bit harder, don't I? And I think that's like, one of the last couple of tests that I have to take before I can go to this new level. And I don't think I will graduate until I actually get past this. Stockism. And if no one knows if you don't know what stockism is, it's literally just the art of not giving a shit. You don't give a fuck what nobody thinks, nobody says about you, anything. You just don't care. Anything that you're to that spot where you are so secure and so aware of you that nothing else matters anymore. And not to use stockism in a bad way, because a lot of people could be like, yeah, I don't like this group of people and I don't give a shit. Stockism. Like, don't use that for something negative. Use it for good, like, honestly. Be so secure in yourself. Being the purest form of you isn't a bad thing. I curse a lot. I do. Do I curse out in public? Sometimes, depending on, know your audience. Like, I would not be cursing in a school, but I would probably curse if I am talking to someone that is from the hood, like straight up. Like, we both, like, I literally live, and where I live is, it's like suburbish. Suburb is residential, but it's not something where the crime rate is still not high over here. What the fuck? And I've lived in places where hood was right there. Like, it's just like very adaptable. I've known both sides of the fences, and just because I lived in a residential part, like I Staten Island, I lived in a house. Doesn't mean that we had money. Because I had a house doesn't mean we had heat, nigga. Like, it doesn't mean that we had hot water. There's a lot of times where the pipes burst because the winters got too cold, and people weren't able to come to my house because they're like, why can't I see my breath inside the house? Because it's freezing in this bitch. Like, you might as well just fucking say this shit's a trap house. Like, because ain't nobody paying no utilities up in here. But no one would have ever known that. And I went to school and I went to work and people would think, oh, she thinks she all that. She thinks she bougie as shit. And he'd be like, nah, nigga, I'm poor. I'm poor. Like, you have no idea. But because our perceptions and how we think people should be, because you see these attributes that click off to you, that you have to fit this archetype. And it's not necessarily always the case, So you don't know what people are going through. People can have so much money in the world and still be dealing with depression, still be dealing with a lot of deep, dark shit, And then some people could be poor as flies in their wallet. But as happy as can be, just straight joy. You can't really just can't put your finger on it when it comes to people. But one thing to be keen of is someone's intentions towards you. And yeah, it does take time. Don't be rude to people. But just keep your distance. If it's just like, yeah, I can see where this is going. Pray about it. I pray about a lot of stuff. And if it's just like, no, that's a no-go. That's a no-go, homie. I'm sorry to tell you. Sorry to hurt your feelings. But I felt a big-ass no in my spirit. So, yeah, I'm good. Some people can take offense to that. But it doesn't mean that that means that they're like a demon. Like, a lot of people be like, yeah, man, I met this person, right? And we were supposed to like have this kind of business deal and they backed out, right? And it's just something that's just like, sometimes when it comes to God, it's either yes, a no, or a not yet, and just because God doesn't permit it right then and there does not mean that person's like the evil person, like he's a spawn of the devil. Stay away from that person at all costs. It just probably is that that particular deal is not going to further his mission. So it's just like, that's a child of God and you're a God, child of God. And you guys are literally on two different highways. That doesn't mean that that highway is going to hell, So you guys are both serving the kingdom or doing whatever you're supposed to do. That's like you talking to a chef and then speaking to an artist. And you guys both have awesome fucking hearts. Like you're doing good in this world. So just because your paths are not on the same path doesn't mean that the person's not on their godly path. Like they're not doing something that's going to better the people, the community, kingdom, kingdomhood, or, however you want to put it. Doesn't matter. So it's like, I don't know, but I'm really looking at my dysfunctions. And I don't know how to fix something like this. I don't know how to just be okay with stockism and be okay with you're probably going to get hurt out of this and you're probably not. But at the end of the day, who gives a shit? Like, I don't know how to go to that because I've not given a shit about me before, and I'm trying to realize or decipher what not giving a shit what people think and not just giving a shit about me. Those are two different things, right? And I've gone to the point of not giving a shit about me. And I'm definitely afraid that I go back to that I don't give a shit about me by not giving a shit about people. It's just like, oh yeah, no, it's all good. Like, forgiving is one thing. I can forgive all day. It's all good because you ain't gotta be here. You don't have to live with me. I will still help you. I still give you a plate of food, but your ass don't have to be in my circle. But for someone to be in my circle, where do you lay the line where you start losing yourself, right? And I've worked with God for so long, these past 2 years, to get me to this point. And I'm ready. I want to bloom. I want to bloom so bad in this area. I bloomed all over the place. Butterflies all over the place. But this right here, it's like I'm still a caterpillar. Still. I'm not even in a fucking kakara. It's like, I'm still a caterpillar. How do you grow? So it's like pen to paper again. Back to the books. Because one thing I don't want to pray for is a blessing that I'm not ready for. I'd rather be in this moment right here in this place and time and still work towards something than for me to get the thing that God wanted to give me and it literally falls through my fingertips. What made the fucking sense? It's a waste of time. Like, I don't like to waste people's time. I don't like to waste my own time. I have so many things that I need to do. Not even just to achieve for myself, but just to help other people. To be able to give something to my son that it's like, God, I'm really assessing my strengths and my weaknesses. And when it comes to this, I know this is something that you want to give me, but am I truly ready for this shit? Position me so this is what I can be. It's just like, don't pray for money. Don't pray for, don't pray for a relationship or like a house or a car. Don't pray for none of that shit. Pray for fucking wisdom, yo. Pray for a postured heart. Just so you know what to do when you actually can, when you do get these things. Because I can have all the business savviness in the world and still don't trust a soul. How does that work? I can't even go into a business meeting because my anxiety is crazy. Like, how does that work? And even though I'm working towards it, I've gotten a lot better. I speak to way more people than I used to. I do a lot more meetings and, scheduling and internship program and really like getting to the midst of it and speaking to different people about the organization. I've gotten a lot better, but I need to get to the point where it's the A-OK I blossomed with God, Have I gotten there? And maybe sometimes it's just overthinking, and God is just like, you got this, you got the stuff, you got the goods. Like, you got it, girl. You need to believe it. So I'm in a weird spot. I'm in a real place, like weird, just foggy area in my life right now. And I love everyone that I met. I really do. I really cherish the people I've met in my course of this walk. But I need to learn how to not give a fuck about you. In all essence, I need to learn how not to give a fuck about anybody. Still love you, still love the person that you are, who you are. You're a child of God. But not give a shit about what the fuck you think, what you say, how I sound, what I said, how I said it. Are you going to do some dickheaded shit? Or are you going to be cool? Like, I gotta learn just not to give a fuck. Don't give a shit if you're going to get hurt or not. Because something's going to hurt you. It doesn't matter. It could be a person. It could be something that fell through. Something's always going to hurt you. Pain is nothing. It's not a new thing in life. We all go through pain, and we're always consistently, one thing we're always going to have in common is that we're all going to go through pain. And we're all going to go through joy. But that pain shit is just like, I think when you get burned enough, or you get burnt so bad to the point where like you're in a hospital for like 3rd-degree burns, you're in a hospital for like 6 months, a year, you're getting like, skin grafts and shit. You have a tendency of not wanting to get burnt at all ever again. I don't give a fuck if it's, you touch the stove for like a millisecond at that point. You want to feel no pain. So I have to get to that point of trusting again. Trust so much that I don't care. And that's hard. That's hard for people. And I get that. I understand why it's hard for someone to be rehabilitated back into society when society was the one that stabbed them in the heart in the first place. He's like, you sure you ain't got a knife? I'm like, I'm literally patting niggas down in the streets. Hi, how you doing? Let me pat you down. All right, what's up? What you want? Like, real quick. And that's really sad, right? It's really sad when you think about it, because it's just, damn, shorty don't even want to talk to people. Like, she don't want to say hello. She always look mad. Like, I was like, I looked mad from before, but like now it's just like my attitude matches my resting bitch face. Like, that's really bad. I want it to be the contradiction of she's not mad at all. She's so nice. Now it's just like, I don't know. She look like a bitch and she sound like a bitch. Like, I don't want to be that person. So yeah, I'm learning, but it's a journey, and I'm gonna fuck up more. I know I am. I keep failing this fucking test. It's always this one fucking exam. It's not about me. Clapbacks have gone down like by like 75%. Like, doing real good. I don't trust people enough that the person is going to, who are you? Like, I have to trust the fact of not knowing who the person is, and trust them long enough so I can actually know who the person actually fucking is. And I don't know, the people that are in my life now was like a damn near miracle. Could be like, I bet I had known your ass since childhood, from school, from work, some shit. Cause who are you? Like, and even with that, you got a thin fucking line. Like, you say the wrong fucking shit. Yeah, you know what? This is not working out. Have a blessed day. So, and that's a bad thing though. It's really bad. It's not a good thing. I can shut down. It's like, I think it's called the INFJ door slam. And it's just like, yeah, shit kind of makes sense. Because I'm real quick to be like, bye. I'm never talking to you again. Bye. Enjoy your walk. Like, have a blessed day. I'm quick to, yeah, I'm good. I was by myself before, nigga. I could be by myself again. Like, it's not something that It's needed. So it's just like what happens when you have I've been a loner for a long time. From the time I was little. I've forced myself a lot of times to be, hi, how are you, society? And yeah, you have cool moments in it, and you meet a lot of cool people that are now, you're not so much of a loner, have like a little circle. But for the most part, not everyone is supposed to be in your circle. Not everyone is in your circle. So I've gotten acquainted to having a small circle to begin with while growing up, to it dwindling down to no one, and me getting comfortable with having no one there. You become self-sufficient enough where it's just like, I can entertain my damn self. Shit. This bitch talked to herself, and I'm fucking happy and full of joy. Leave me the fuck alone. I ain't bothering nobody. And it's wild. It really is wild. And what happens of who's to blame at that point, right? I was talking earlier about accountability. I've literally I give, and I'll give literally all of me to the point where it's dangerous. Like, you're going to die. You're going to be in ER. Stop doing this. You're giving away your life force at this point. To the point where everyone that I have done that to, and I've done it with quite a bit of people, and some people see a mile away of I can take advantage of her, and some people have accidentally, I fell through the cracks of them. So it's just like, it's a combination of both. Some people just didn't even know how to support. You can't get mad at someone that doesn't know how to support you, especially when you're supposed to be supporting yourself that way. Some things you're supposed to be able to help yourself. And I didn't know how to do that because I've never paid attention to me. I literally had stockism of me. Fuck what the fuck I think. Suck it up and keep serving. Serving was getting dangerous for me. Still serve, but still know, like, don't be getting disrespected. Somebody don't have nobody disrespect your God either. Somebody say some shit about Jesus, cut your face. I'm only joking, but still, I've given so much of myself that it's like I'm going through literally like physical therapy of being social. Like, it's social therapy. How to rehabilitate myself back into society. How do you be cool again? Like, how you just, how do you be that person that wakes up and goes outside and meets somebody every day? I don't know how to do that shit. It's kudos to y'all. Some people, everywhere they go, they know somebody. They just know everybody. And you'd be like, how the fuck do you even do that? It's amazing to see. And you just look at them in awe, like, wow, look at you work. You're like, the fuck? And it's nothing to knock, because that shit is a skill. Like, how do you do that? And then you feel like, yeah, I don't even know why you talk to me, because I'm like complete opposite of you. Like, I like to stay home, and cook dinner and, do stupid, silly, goofy shit with my family. Like, I'm not the type that's just like, yo, let's go out every single day. And like, I'm very, very much like, I like small encounters and intimate encounters and talks. Really, really talk, not just stupid, mediocre shit. Like, fuck all. I don't give a shit about that. Have you seen the Netflix series? No, I have not. How is your life going? That's what I want to know about. But I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird conundrum. Can go so deep with people, very easily. And once I'm able to do that, hi, Allie. Once I'm able to do that, it's very, very easy. For like the floodgates of, hey, how you doing? How are you? Hi, baby.
I found a really good song that can put me to sleep.
You did?
Yeah.
Ooh, okay.
Come on.
Okay, come on, come on. Okay, brother man, I see you, I see you. Like someone's not going to school tomorrow. All right, what's the song? What's the song? What you got?
This.
Oh yeah, that lo-fi hip hop beats. They be on it. Play it.
I heard this song.
What was that? I know that.
No, I think. I don't know what it is. It's like a perfect sound. There's two of them. There's two separate ones.
Yeah. I thought she was sleeping, young man.
Yeah, I wasn't there. Yeah, I'm not.
Yeah, I wasn't. Haha. Okay. Blah blah blah.
Look, mommy, look.
You like that song, huh?
There's an ad.
Oh, that's the ad?
Yeah.
That was an ad. Okay. So what's the actual song, Ali?
I don't know. Oh, God!
Boy, that sounds more like lo-fi. That's the one you listen to?
Oh, this song is so great. Mariah was asleep on this song already.
Oh, yeah?
This song is like the calmest song.
It is.
That person gotta be hearing this right now. On the phone.
My son likes your music.
Okay. This
Lo-fi
person
girl.
is like the calmest. It put Mariah to sleep before.
Oh, yeah.
Mommy, look.
Yeah, baby.
That's not my tempest. Okay, see?
Please
My
be
foot-
careful.
Look, my foot like, what?
No, be careful, please. Oliver, try it and see if you can do the same thing. It's like Mariah, and see if you can go to sleep.
I probably not.
Look at you. I probably not.
See, is that one too?
Yeah, I know. There's a few of them.
I will probably listen.
Go ahead, Buka.
Okay, no, I don't want to listen to that ugly guy.
Bob Ross? What? That is the guy. You don't know who you was messing with just
He's
now.
ugly.
What?
No!
First of all, that's the white guy with the fro, okay?
He's ugly.
And Mr. Ross had all the ladies. You didn't even know, okay?
He looks ugly.
That's not nice. That's not nice, Oliver. That's it. That's it. I don't like that. You should be nice, Oliver. Okay, my son is still awake. There goes that. He can't miss no more damn days of school. I'm sorry. He thought he coming back the next damn day. Boy, go to school. Because there's no way he can do that. Hi, BJ. I thought you was here, you know.
I'm never here.
Aww. I thought you was here, bro.
I want to be here.
Don't worry, bro.